Assalamu alaikum students. Now I'm telling you about the tubule system for filtered fluid. The tubule system for filtered fluid. What happens to the fluids that is filtered? I'm going to tell you about some amazing facts that the kidney filter about 200 liters per day of urine. Okay, you have 5 liters of blood in your body. How many times that blood passing through the kidneys and how much the fluid is coming out? So this is 200 is the cumulative number for the entire day. Now for the healthy GFR, glomerular filtration rate, the healthy glomerular filtration rate is 120 ml per minute. Okay, the healthy glomerular filtration rate is 120 ml per minute. And how much it produces the urine per day? It produce about 1 liter per day of urine. Okay, so the 200 liter of the blood of the urine is filtered and only 1 liter is down to the bladder. This 200 liter blood is filtered per day, but only 1 liter of the blood is going down to the bladder, ureter or bladder, through ureter to the bladder. Then what about the rest of the urine? What about the rest of the urine? The rest of the urine is 199 liter per day are reabsorbed. Okay, the 199 liter of the day of the urine are reabsorbed into the peritubular capillaries. Into peritubular capillaries. These filtered urine are reabsorbed back into the blood. The purpose of the filtering is that only the waste product is filtered and only stuff goes back to the blood. Now, there are some hormones that increase the amount of fluid that is reabsorbed. There are some hormones which increase the amount of fluid that's reabsorbed, which are, number first is ADH. ADH is the antidiuretic hormone which increases the fluid reabsorption. And what's the function of this? It increases the fluid reabsorption and decreases the urine output, increases the blood volume, and increases the blood pressure. Okay, the antidiuretic hormone increase the fluid reabsorption, decrease the urine output, increase the blood volume, and increase the blood pressure. While another one is the aldosterone hormone. What does this hormone? It increases the sodium reabsorption, increase water flows, increase the blood volume, which in turn increase the blood pressure. Okay, now we can see the filtering structures. What is the filter of the kidneys? What does the kidney filters? These are the some glomerulus capillary bed. Here are the in the cortex area there is a glomerular filtration bed. These are the, what are these? These are the glomerulus capillary bed. And what does it occurs? What does this occurs and what does happens? About 1 million in each kidney. These are about 1 million in each kidney. These are the site where fluid is filtered out and nephrons carry that filtrate to ureter. Okay, the glomerulus capillary bed. The glomerulus capillary bed are 1 million in each kidney, and these are the sites where the fluid is filtered out and the nephrons carry that filtrate to the ureter. Okay, number second is that these comes in the ureter. This is a ureter. You can see that here. This is a ureter. This is a ureter. You can see this is a ureter. You can mention here that this is a ureter. So ureter carry urine to the bladder for storage and urethra exits the body. Carries urine to bladder for storage and urethra exit the body. Okay, the urethra is small in females than males, so high chances of UTI are present in the females. The urethra is smaller in females than males, so increase chance of UTI in females. Females में UTI के चांस जो होता है वो ज़्यादा होता है than as compared to the males. Then you have the kidney nephrons. You have got the nephrons. These are the nephrons present in the kidneys. These are the nephrons which are present in the kidneys. You can see here that these are the nephrons which are present in the kidneys. Nephrons. And the nephrons are present in the cortex of kidney. Cortex. Next one are the twisty tubules. Okay, I'm marking with another pen. These twisty tubules. These are many thousands of twisty tubules. Twisted tubules. Twisty tubules surrounded by peritubular capillaries. Peritubular capillaries and reabsorb. What does it reabsorb? It reabsorbs the salts, glucose, water before the tubules reach the renal pelvic. Before the tubules reach the renal pelvic. So where does the renal pelvic exist? The renal pelvic exists here. This is the renal pelvic. This is the area of renal pelvic. Okay. You can see here that the yellow part of the which are present in the kidneys. You can see here that these are the nephrons which are present in the kidneys. Nephrons. And the nephrons are present in the cortex of kidney. Cortex. Next one are the twisty tubules. Okay, I'm marking with another pen. These twisty tubules. These are many thousands of twisty tubules. Twisted tubules. Twisted tubules surrounded by peritubular capillaries. Peritubular capillaries and reabsorb. What does it reabsorb? It reabsorbs the salts, glucose, water before the tubules reach the renal pelvic. Before the tubules reach the renal pelvic. So where does the renal pelvic exist? The renal pelvic exists here. This is the renal pelvic. This is the area of renal pelvic. Okay. You can see here that the yellow part of the region is the renal pelvic. This is the renal pelvic. Okay. So the renal pelvic collects the urine. Now there are some collecting ducts. You can see here there are some collecting ducts present here. Collecting ducts are present here. There are so many millions of collecting ducts which reabsorb the water and glucose. The collecting ducts enters the renal pelvic. Collecting ducts enters the renal pelvic and then reabsorb salts and glucose and reabsorb back into the twisting tubules. So here the topic of the structure of the nephron tubule system ends. Here is the twisty tubules, nephrons, glomerular filtration bed capillaries, ureter. Here comes the ureter, the renal pelvic. Okay, so here the tubule system for filtered fluid is present. Now I'm telling you about what does the arteriole occurs. How does it filtration occurs? Now I'm drawing this. This is the afferent arteriole. This is glomerulus. This is glomerulus, and this is the efferent arteriole. Okay, this is the efferent arteriole. So here's are some structures like I am drawing that this is the water present here, water. This is a creatinine. This is a water, this is a creatinine. This is white blood cell. This is RBCs. Okay, this is RBCs, and this one glucose. Okay, these are some structures which are present in the afferent arteriole. Let's say the glucose white blood cells RBCs comes in the afferent arteriole, then comes in the glomerulus. Okay, these things, these things comes, a bit of these things comes in the glomerulus. This is a glomerular, this is the white blood cell. Okay, I'm drawing this. This is a white blood cell. This is a red blood cell. Okay, now this structure, let's down to the tubule. This is a renal tubule. Okay, this is a renal tubule. Renal tubule. Renal tubule goes to the this is a capillary. Renal pelvic, urethra, out. Okay, here's the urine out, and this is the bloodstream. Okay, and the venous system. So less amount of these. So all the creatinine comes in the renal tubule for the excretion, because this is a waste product. As the white blood cells and the RBCs can't be filtered, so it comes directly to that. It doesn't comes here. It doesn't comes here. It doesn't comes here. Okay, it goes down to the glomerulus and the bloodstream again. But the creatinine comes here, some water, and glucose also comes here. Some water and glucose also comes here. Here, some things are excrete out, like creatinine excrete out, while the water is again reabsorbed. Water again reabsorbed into the bloodstream. So which structures are reabsorbed, secreted? You can see here, secreted structures. Secreted structures from capillary to tubule are, for example, creatinine, excess acid, and the glucose is not comes in the tubule. Okay, here the tubule is a urinary system. Okay, here the urine is comes out, so there should be no glucose here. If any glucose is present here, then this means that you got diabetes. If present, then you got diabetes. There should no glucose present here, but if any glucose is present in the urine, then you got diabetes. Okay, there should be no glucose here. Should be no glucose here. There should be no glucose here. If it is present, then you have got the diabetes. Next one is that the reabsorption. You can see here, reabsorption from the tubule to capillaries reabsorption from tubules to capillaries, there comes the glucose. Here comes the glucose. Glucose should never be, because it is reabsorbed back to the blood. Water and sodium, all the occurs that reabsorption. The reabsorption of glucose, water and oxygen, and the secreted compounds are the creatinine and the excess acid are excreted out. Here is the whole tubule system. You can see here there is a tubule system for filtered blood. So there the kidney filter 200 liter of the blood per day. Glomerular filtration rate is 120 ml per minute, and it produces about 1 liter per day of urine. Ureter and then goes to the bladder. 199 liter per day are reabsorbed into peritubular capillaries, and there are the hormones, which are the ADH and the aldosterone. These are the urinary capillaries, and you can see here, and this is the your cycle of. Thank you so much.